This is another episode of Time with an Agribusiness Giant, and today my agribusiness giant is sitting right next to me. The topic for today's discussion is the role of agricultural extension in Ghana's farming today. So it's a very fascinating topic, and we are going to delve into this issue right after a short commercial break. Please stay tuned. Well, thanks for staying with us on Time with an Agribusiness Giant. And I want to say that we are proudly sponsored by TIAS Group and KAIST. TIAS is offering financial, technical, and offtake support for all who want to own an agro-processing factory. So you can contact them on 020-475-8888. And then also KAIST is a B2B platform that connects the African agribusiness market to the Chinese market. So these are our sponsors for today's program. Well, today we're going to delve into agricultural extension and its role in developing the agricultural sector. And my guest is right here with me. Today I have with me Reindorf Nakuja, who is an agricultural extension officer in the Itiwa East district, and he is currently in charge of crop protection. So my guest is really well versed in this area, and I hope you are going to learn a lot. Hello, sir, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
All right, thank you.
So you've been an agricultural extension officer in the Itiwa East region?
Yes, please.
Yeah, for close to 5 years now. How has it been so far?
Well, it's been good. Extension service or extension delivery is let me say, a place where everybody should have an experience. Okay. Especially interacting with people, giving your best to people, and you're also using your knowledge to enhance or to improve their lifestyle. So in general, extension services is a nice area that, like I said, I would like everybody to have a taste of it. Yes,
but I know what agricultural extension is, but our viewers don't. So if you could explain briefly, what is agricultural extension?
Well, agriculture extension is a services that we render to people who are into agriculture, being it crops or animal production or non-tradition. We used to say non-tradition, that's grass cutter and beekeeping, those animals that we domesticated them from bush, that we are rearing them in our various houses. Okay. So those are the services that we give to them in terms of technical expertise, new technologies, or any other information that the person might need to enhance his production. So technically, that is the extension service that we deliver to farmers, or those who are into agriculture.
Okay. Yeah. So every form of agriculture?
Every form of agriculture we are in. Okay. Like I made mention, being it crops or animal or fish rearing. Okay. Yeah.
So as an agricultural extension officer, you're on the grounds.
Yes.
Always engaging the farmers.
Sure.
And I know that the farmers are really facing a lot of challenges, let me say. So, per you, what are some of the challenges that farmers are facing?
Well, some of the challenges are to do with the limited personnel that are on the ground. When you come to farming communities, as one extension officer will be taking care of more than 1,000 farmers.
So the ratio is 1:1,000?
Yes, even more. Some areas is even more than that 1,000. I'm even making mention of it. Okay. So because of that, we don't normally reach out to all the farmers on time. Imagine one extension officer is taking care of this number of farmers in our area, operational area. It will take you a number of days or months to get to all the farmers. So we have adapted a strategy or a way of meeting them, where we put them into FBUs, which is farmer-based organization, where we normally deliver our services to them. Because if you are to go one by one, it will be difficult for you to meet all the farmers.
The farmers.
So we put them in a group, or we normally organize forum for the farmers, especially on their taboo days that they don't normally go into farms. We have meetings with them. We have sometimes technical trainings and other information that we need to deliver to the farmers.
What are the technical trainings focused on?
Yeah, technical training, like I made mention of something like beekeeping. Somebody might have interest in keeping bees, but the technology or the knowledge to have to keep the bees, the person might not have. So it's our duty or our mandate to also put such people into a group form, so that we train them. Or when you come to crop aspect, we you know, usually farmers used to plant. Let me take a crop like maize. Used to plant it anyhow, but now due to our teachings, they are now planting them in rows.
Okay.
So these are some of the technical and even chemical applications and even fertilizer applications. Some of the farmers don't know how to, and even the right time to even apply those fertilizers and the chemicals. So these are some of the technical teachings that we give to them.
But this is very huge. You made mention of the ratio that's 1:1,000.
Yes.
And you said even more than that.
More than that in some areas.
Yes, in some areas, more than that.
Yeah.
And you made mention that you group these farmers into FBOs.
FBOs, yes.
Yes. Is it a farmer-based
organization?
Okay. So with this training, how effective are the FBOs, and how many FBOs we have currently in the country, if you have that record?
I may not be able to get to the right figure, but
okay.
We have, I believe, every extension area, there are number of FBOs that we have in the system.
Okay.
So FBOs, we get to them, like, let me say, we have rice FBOs. If there's any information that we need to deliver to them on rice aspect, we reach out to those FBOs under rice cultivation.
Rice, okay.
So that we deliver those information to them. If it comes to, let's say, maize or cocoa or whichever crop or animals that they are into, we reach out to them and then deliver the information to them.
Which means that, by what we are saying, these FBOs are segmented into types of crops.
Yes.
So if I'm into maize farming,
yeah,
I have an organization that will train me and give me those technical stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about the modernization aspect. You've made mention of technical training, but let's talk of the modernization aspect.
Yeah.
How are farmers embracing this technology and modernized tools on the farm?
Yeah. You know, for people to accept something that they are not used to is a little bit challenging.
Okay.
So with our expertise, we also try to set trial fields, because when you introduce the technology to the farmer, it will be difficult for him or her to even use it.
Okay.
So what we do is that we set demonstration fields.
Okay.
So that when we finish, we invite them to come and have a look. So that if they have any questions to ask, we answer them. And we explain the technology on the field for them to also have a look at it, and then they will go and replicate same on their individual fields.
Okay, so let's stay on the demonstration fields. We'll come back to that, but let's quickly go for a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Alright, so welcome back to the short commercial break. If you are just joining us, you are watching Time with an Agribusiness Giant. And today my agribusiness giant is Reindorf Nakuja, and he is an agricultural extension officer in the Etiwa East District in charge of plant protection. Mr. Reindorf, so let's go back to the demonstration we were talking about.
Okay.
You know, we have a lot of rice fields in the country.
Yeah, the irrigation schemes.
Irrigation schemes are also doing some, MOFA are also doing some projects.
Yeah.
So speak on that since you're on the grounds.
Okay, like we have some irrigation schemes in the country.
Okay.
Like the one in Asuchare and Akuse. We have one in Aveime, Heta, in the Volta region. We have,
It's the before we go on,
Yeah.
the Avime.
yeah,
Is it still working?
yeah, it's in operation.
Okay.
Yeah, they are producing a lot of rice over there. And when you go up north, we have other areas like Tono irrigation scheme and
Okay.
Via irrigation scheme. Aside the irrigation schemes in the country, we still have other low land areas that farmers are producing rice to feed the nation and beyond. Even when you come to my district where I'm coming from, Atiwa East District, we produce a lot of rice that we even have our branded rice that we are selling in the market.
What's the name?
That's the Etiwa rice.
Etiwa rice.
Yes.
So the
Etiwa
name of the
rice.
district with the rice.
Yes, please. Yeah. So demonstration fields are all over the country where farmers are tapping their knowledge or skills from, where they are also replicating same in their various fields to also enhance their living.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's touch on some success stories so
Okay.
far when it comes to agricultural extension.
Yeah. When it comes to agriculture extension, there's a program ongoing called Modernizing Agriculture in Ghana, in short called MAG,
Okay.
where technical officers are on the field in various aspects of it to give trainings to farmers. And then there's one called PFG, that's Planting for Food and Jobs, where farmers inputs are being subsidized for farmers to have them. Some inputs like fertilizer, seeds, and other essential services are being subsidized by the government, and the farmers are really enjoying from such subsidy.
But I went to Weja. I
Okay.
spoke to some farmers in Weja.
Yeah.
And they are really complaining that the fertilizers are not being subsidized. They're not getting inputs to work. Even they have to go to other districts or other towns to bring in tractors. So what do you have to say to that?
Yes, like I made mention first that we are still having deficits in terms of agriculture in the country.
Okay.
So definitely, some might not even get the benefit that others are getting. But with time, I know, per the experience I have from the extension services, with time, everybody will catch up with the benefit that the farmers are enjoying.
Okay. So what are the plans for food and jobs?
Yes. Recently, they launched the second part of it.
The second phase.
Yeah,
Okay.
the second phase of it. I think they did it in Tamale some weeks ago. And a lot of package, like the minister made mention, there are a lot of package inside that the farmers are going to
Can
benefit.
you mention some of the packages?
Oh, yeah. Some of the packages are the subsidy on inputs, and then the technical, and even the market linkage, and then the storage facilities will be available for the farmers to even store their foods to mitigate the post-harvest loss in the produce.
So this say post-harvest losses have reduced since you came to office?
Well, I may not say it has reduced drastically, but we are managing it.
You're managing it?
Yeah, we are managing the post-harvest
So what
loss.
is the forward approach? What should we look at in the years to come?
Yeah, in the years to come, like I said, especially the warehouses. This year, for instance, a lot of farmers are going to have a bumper harvest, but as to how they will be able to preserve the produce is their challenge. But like the minister made mention, warehouses are out there for them to also store their produce to preserve the produce from deteriorating or from post-harvest loss.
But do you think we have warehouses scattered across the country?
Yes, we have, but not enough for the number of farmers we have in the country.
So we need more?
Yeah, we need more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's touch briefly on climate change. I mean, this is a topic that is really affecting farmers.
Yeah.
You're on the grounds with the farmers. Now we can't predict the weather.
Yes.
It might be raining today, tomorrow, sunshine.
No rain, yeah.
So what is your take on that, and what are farmers doing? What is the response from farmers?
Yeah, the response from farmers is a worry to them because, like you said, they can't predict the
Weather patterns.
They be expecting rain, there will not be rain. When they don't expect rain, that is when rain falls.
Okay.
So because of that, we are giving them technical skills on or knowledge on climate smart agriculture.
Okay.
Let's assume a farmer is cultivating on a piece of land where there's a lot of water or it's a lowland, and maybe the particular crop he's cultivating or she is cultivating doesn't like too much water. So what do? You need to at least raise some beds so that the soil will come up small, so that the water will be at the down, so that the crop can survive. So these are some of the trainings or technical advice that we give to the farmers on climate smart agriculture.
Okay, so you have been listening to the farmers.
Yeah.
They have their plight. So what do you have to say to the government? What should the government be doing to support these farmers in terms of climate smart agriculture?
Yeah. The only advice or maybe what I also say to the government is some of the crops can withstand any weather. That is the improved seas. So the government should rather focus on those areas so that when the farmer gets it, let's assume maize, we have some maize that can withstand drought or other crops that can withstand drought. So such crops or such seeds are being given to the farmers on a subsidized manner. I think the farmers can produce more than they depending on the traditional or the local one that we have in our system that cannot withstand the climate in terms of too much rain or less rain.
All right, so Reindorf Nakuja is saying that climate change is really affecting farmers, and he's looking at a system where we could support farmers when it comes to climate smart agriculture. And this, we are talking about technology. So we are looking at government supporting, investors also supporting, and agriculture extension officers are also doing well in respect to this. Now we are going to move on into the upcoming programs or initiatives you have coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, as an extension officer, what are some of the upcoming programs or initiatives that are coming up?
Well, as an extension officer in my area, every district has its own plan for his or his people. And for my district, for instance, the upcoming, project or plan that we have is the Galamsey areas. We are in the Galamsey areas where a lot of lands have been destroyed, and we are supporting the farmers to reclaim the
affected lands.
Yes, the affected lands by planting oil palm, oil palm seedlings and then coconuts, so that we can reclaim the land and then so that in future we can still use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you see the future for agriculture extension? Now we've spoke about the challenges farmers are facing.
Yeah.
You as an officer,
yeah,
what are your challenges?
Well, the challenges is the ratio, the extension officer per farmer ratio that we have in the system.
Are you equipped? Do you have the tools?
The tools, yes, the government has provided us motorbikes,
okay,
and other tools that we may need to to enhance our movement. Directors have been given pickups, and essentially we, the extension officers, have also been given motorbikes that we can use to reach out to the hinterlands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So is the motorbike okay?
Looking at the nature of our work, that's the only means.
The only means.
Yes.
I mean, the rules are not all that good.
Yes, not all that way good, but for motorbike, you can move anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, farmers need to practice sustainable environmental practices.
Yeah.
So when it comes to that, what do you have to say to that? Because most farmers out there are not practicing, they are not even applying fertilizers well.
Yeah.
The agronomic practices are very bad.
Yeah.
So what do you have in relation to that?
Well, where I'm coming from, that's plant protection, I'll touch on the indiscriminate use of agrochemicals. You see farmers using unauthorized chemicals because they feel like the chemicals is in the system, so they are using them.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when you get to the field, you see them display just disposing the empty cans all over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to let them understand that chemicals are very harmful to our system. So before you, as a farmer, you use a chemical, try to contact your extension officer. Any problem you have on the field, don't use your own discretion or your own idea to get a chemical to control or to stop whatever is going on. Try to contact your extension officer in the area, get advice from him, which type of chemical you're supposed to use, or even a proper way of using the chemical, the dosage, especially the dosage. You see farmers using chemicals, they use them like they overuse them. You get me? So I'm appealing to them to always get in touch with their extension officers in their areas.
Aside the extension officers, who can they also contact?
Well, they can also contact their plant doctors. There are plant doctors also in the system. Every district has a plant doctor.
One?
Yeah. Every district has a plant doctor that always educate them on safe use of agro input or agrochemical. Yeah.
All right. So let's quickly touch on value addition. I met you at the Eastern Commodity Light Market. Value addition. Etiwa East, how are you coping with this new concept?
Etiwa East, we are really doing well. Like I made mention of Etiwa rice. We have Etiwa Tom Brown, we have Etiwa Ngopa, we have Etiwa, I made mention Tom Brown, right? Tom Brown, Etiwa rice, Etiwa Ngopa, and other products that we are adding values to from our own farmers. Yeah.
What do you think is the importance? Why should we add value to our agricultural produce?
Yes, we need to add value to our agricultural produce because that is when it can fetch us more money. Because when you sell them raw and you don't add value to it, the value or the premium on it is less than you add value to it. When you add value to it, like rice, for instance, when you look at the price that the farmers are selling from the farm gate compared to the one we package, like a Etiwa rice that we sell, you realize that the packaged one is having more value than the one from the farm gate. Yeah.
So aside training the farmers in terms to add value to their produce, do you also train them in product branding and then marketing?
Oh yes. We recently had a training from Winrock International on packaging and branding. And we are giving, that's how come some of the groups are able, like in Wopa, for instance, through our training, that they were able to get those labels and packaging materials like Etiwa Tom Brown also, through that training that they were able to get to know how to even package them, how to even get quality packaging material to package them or to add value to them.
So what's the major crop grown in the Etiwa East District?
Our major crop is, aside the tree crops like cocoa and oil palm, the major crop or the staple food that we have there is rice and maize. And then cassava.
Going forward, are you looking at exploring other areas as well?
Yes. Like animal rearing. We want to also introduce cattle. Etiwa, we don't really have cattle, or like we don't have cattle there. So our slaughterhouse or the veterinary side of the ministry, or let me say the slaughterhouse. You know, we have a slaughterhouse where we, the veterinary, preside over. Some of the people who work there travel far, like Yeji, Plains and other areas, to get cattle to come in and then slaughter. So we needed to also have such animals in the district so that it will reduce their transport or their traveling, so that they can also get the cattle to buy from our own farmers, for the farmers to also get money from there. Tiwa East, our crop yield has, when you look at the figures, which I may not be able to get you quote the exact figures, but we are improving, especially the rice side. From 2018, 2019, we used to have 3 tons per hectare of rice. But now, as I'm speaking, we get like 4.5 to 5 tons per hectare.
4 to 5 tons per hectare
of rice.
I went to a conference and they are saying that they want to achieve 10 tons per hectare.
Wow.
How achievable is that in the Tiwa East?
Yeah. Before we're able to achieve that, unless maybe our lowlands, we happen to maybe develop the place into good use. When you go to Asuchari and other irrigation schemes, you realize that their fields are well leveled. So the water retention is always high as compared to our area, because the topography of the area is undulated. So the water cannot stay enough for the rice to grow. So we need to develop or to level the fields for the rice to be able to get to that yield that you are talking about.
Thank you very much. I mean, this has been a very insightful conversation.
All right.
So finally, before we draw curtains to the program, finally, what do you have to say to farmers?
Well, like I used to always advise farmers on extension delivery. You know, farmers are always trying to listen to their own colleagues rather than listening to the extension officers. They feel like they are already in the system or they are in the field. So they know better. But research is always ongoing in terms of agriculture field. So we always get new information. So they should always listen to us whenever we are with them or whenever we come to them. They should listen to us and then use or go by our advice. At the end of the day, they will get the benefit that they need.
Thank you very much, Mr. Reindorf.
Thank you too.
Thank you very much.
All right.
So I'll be speaking to Mr. Reindorf Nakuja, and he is an agriculture extension officer in the Tiwa East district. And he has spoke extensively on the fact that agriculture extension is very crucial to the development of the agriculture sector. And finally, he said that farmers should contact agricultural extension officers, for they know the best agronomic practices for agricultural development. So if a farmer, Nakuja is sending a word of caution to you that don't just listen to your peers, but also contact the office of the extension officers. Thank you very much. My name is Prince Opokudugwe, and this is Time with an Agribusiness Giant. We come away next week. For now, bye-bye.